Hey, alright guys, so it's day 97, 0 day in Rollins, Wyoming. Thought I would just kind of quickly go over, a bunch of people have been dropping comments about food, and naturally Rollins is a resupply opportunity here. So just as I was getting ready to pack up all my food, I thought, well, let's just do a quick little overview of what we got. It is not very good lighting. I don't really feel like moving it all the way outside for everything to melt. I guess it'll probably melt tomorrow. Coming up in just a couple minutes, we'll have a 0 day hiker chat with Martin. But before we get there, let's kind of go through what we got for resupply. So all just kind of in the closet on the ground here. This is kind of how I organize my food. So I'll open up my food bag and dump everything out. So kind of over here on the left, we have all of kind of like the steady items that go in my food bag. So we have my stove, and inside of my stove we have my glucosamine plus 1 a day pills. This little cloth I use to clean up. This is my stove and lighter. And then of course my pour over coffee every morning. There's my little pour over filter and coffee cup. So all those components live inside of my cook pot itself, just for space efficiency. Looks great. There we go, all set. I also have in my sort of like stable items that I carry all the time and live in my food bag. That's my fuel canister. I do carry this in my food bag because often enough stuff will boil over and I don't like the idea of all the scents of ramen juice and stuff like that being, basically if it stinks it goes in my food bag. If it's something that animals might want, it goes in my food bag. So that's also toothpaste and toothbrush live in my food bag. My trash bag. This is extra olive oil, or not extra I suppose, but olive oil. On this trail I've been carrying soap as well. That's a scented item, so some of the places I've been staying don't have soap in the showers or whatever, so I carry soap. I do have Pepto-Bismol just in case of emergency. Luckily I haven't needed it yet, so that's good. Tiny little bit of Tiger Balm, don't know why I'm still carrying this, haven't used it once, but there you have it. If you know what Tiger Balm is, you know this stuff is stinky, so long-handled spoon. This is my coffee. Carry a bunch of coffee and just kind of run it down. Some dried mangoes and some chocolate back there. Alright, so basically to move into the food, what I do is organize each day in a vertical sort of line like this. So generally, but not super specifically, I have breakfast up top. So breakfast is a breakfast essentials as well as a Pop-Tarts. I do eat the unfrosted, either strawberry or blueberry Pop-Tarts. Because for one, Pop-Tarts are plenty sweet as they are, but even more importantly, the unfrosted ones strangely have more calories than the frosted ones, which is kind of bizarre. We'll ignore this stuff up top for the moment. So that's breakfast, and then as you may or may not know if you've watched a bunch of my videos, I generally just kind of snack throughout the day. So let's see, I have a Builder bar that's 280 calories. I have the MedRx, really like these things. It's like 460 calories, I think. 410, excuse me. The Gatorade protein bars, these are also really nice. I like these, 350 calories. Quest chocolate chip cookie dough, like these quite a bit, 200 calories. Pure protein, don't love these, but I eat them anyways, and they're kind of nice. They have that sort of stick to your teeth, sort of Butterfinger kind of taste. 200 calories. This is one leftover that Martin had that he gave me. That was very nice, 170 calories, just some sort of like nut butter sort of thing. Snickers, generally a late in the day snack, 250 calories that is. There's another leftover Martin item that he gave me, very nice of him, 250 calories. Can't speak to this, I haven't had it before, but I'm looking forward to it. And the Honey Nut Stinger, this again is not a usual item, this is a leftover Martin item that he gave to me, super nice. This one, 260 calories. So generally what I'll do is probably I like to eat the things I like less early, just to get them out of the way. I don't really know if I like this or not, but we'll put that up there in the early. So generally something, maybe something like this. So, and as far as the day, I'll wake up, I'll have my coffee, maybe some mangoes. I'll have my Pop-Tarts, my breakfast essentials. I'll eat this in the first, whatever, 4, 5, 6 hours, something like that. And then after that, I'll eat my cooked meal, as you may know, again, if you've been watching my videos. So one of my most typical cooked meals is a double ramen. I really, really love this brand of ramen. Indomie or Me or whatever it is, I don't know. Indonesian ramen, pretty much every flavor I've had from them is exceptional. Has 5 different seasoning packets in it, which is amazing. Each one of these packs is 400 calories. That's 800 calories for my cooked meal on this particular day. After my cooked meal, I'll keep hiking maybe another 10 miles, I don't know, however far I feel like going. And then it's just more snacks. So we already ran over the snacks. In addition to, so we had all the snacks in the middle, cooked meal on the bottom. So cooked meal, snacks, breakfast. In addition to all that stuff, I like to carry 2 packs of liquid IV per day, and then I use half a pack per liter of water. So 2 packs will give me 4 liters of water. And I am carrying just a little bit extra on this jump because I know previously the water was definitely pretty gnarly tasting. I also like to carry some fruity snacks. Those generally come later in the day, or if I'm starting to get grumpy or tired or whatever, you can get a little sugar pop. And I also like to carry something crunchy and salty, be that Cheez-Its or Doritos or whatever. So yeah, so that's 1 full day of food in 1 line. So that's kind of, I think of it, even though this isn't exactly how I eat it, breakfast, lunch, dinner. So that's 1 full day. That's 2 full days, 3 full days. Again, pretty much all the same food every day for the most part, except over here we have couscous for dinner one night, which is nice. And when I have couscous, I'll often throw a tuna packet in there as well. And so couscous one night, I just dump it into a Ziploc bag to save the box and the space, and then just kind of write the cooking instructions kind of on the seasoning packet there. So 1 1/4 cup water, plus spice pack, plus 2 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil, boil, turn off the heat, and then stir in the couscous and stand for 5 minutes. That's couscous. And then for this 5th day up here, 5th day? Yeah, 5th day, I don't have a dinner because I'm expecting to be in town. So you'll see the snacks and the breakfast and liquid IVs and stuff. You may also notice I do have crunchy items on these 2 days. I do not have crunchy items on these 2 days. So just bought a bag of these bad boys. If you haven't tried these, you got to try out these chips. They're wonderful. Just again to have something sort of crunchy. So generally that's how resupply works. And what I'll do is I'll take each of these days, pack it up into a single sort of Ziploc bag like this. So boom, I know that is 1 full day's food. I'll go ahead and put these in Ziploc bags, each day in its own Ziploc bag, and then throw all of that into my food bag, along with the stuff that we went over at the very beginning, my stove, my fuel, my spoon, all that junk. So anyways, interview with Martin coming right up. All right, good afternoon, folks. It is day 97, and as promised, we have Martin. Been hiking around Martin, as some of you know, been hiking around Martin for quite some time now. I don't know, do you remember where we first met?
The first time was, I walked already 1 day in the boot hill, and you were 1 day later.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so I met, that's right. Yeah, I met you when I was in the shuttle.
Yes.
On the way to the boot hill, and you were dropped the day before, that's right. Wow. So I actually met you before I started the CDT then, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, so we haven't hiked together a whole ton, but definitely I think we hiked together the most in southern San Juans. It was a tough time.
In Colorado, the winter stretch, that was the longest time that we walked together.
Yeah. But yeah, we've hiked kind of around each other, I think, and seen each other in town and stuff, and exchanged phone numbers and text back and forth, and so that's pretty good. And finally, after much persuasion, you've agreed to sit down. So you can say hi to my sister if you want. Say hi, Erin.
Hi, Erin.
There you go. She's the one who really was.
Your brother pushed me so much. Well, here I am. I will do my best for the interview, and I hope everybody will understand a little bit what I said, because I'm not an American. I'm Dutch. I'm from Holland, so I try to do my best to talk in English, and I hope you understand. But if it is not unclear, baby, Handbeat, you want to help me with the words what I try to say.
That's fine. It's fine. So that actually gets to our first question then. If anyone was wondering about the accent or whatever, that's Holland you're hearing. So you're from Amsterdam?
Yes, I'm from Amsterdam. I'm downtown Amsterdam.
Very cool.
Born and raised all my life, and well, it's completely different here for me.
Yeah. So what brought you then to the CDT? I mean, why this is a. So there's the 3 long trails in the U.S., I'm sure.
Yeah.
But why hike here? I mean, you've hiked in Europe some.
Yeah. Well, I try to explain. I hiked in Europe. I did some through hikes of Europe in Holland, for example, from the north to the south. There is a trail that they call it the Pieterpad, the little city in the north of Holland, almost on the sea. is named Pieter Buren.
Okay.
Pete. And the most southern mountain, we don't have mountains. We have Holland is completely flat. Only rivers, water, swamps, etc. But there is one little mountain. It's completely in the south, and that the name of the, we call it a mountain, but it's only 300 meters. And the name of it is Pieter Mountain. So Pieter Buren, and so I walked, for example, the Dutch thru-hike, but I did it also in Luxembourg, in Belgium, in Germany, and in France. So I did thru-hike, and well, you know how it goes. Hey, you're on the internet, you look for hikes, and you see some about hiking. And then suddenly you see about the hikes in America, and of course the thru-hike, CDT, AT, and the PCT, and I decided to do the first the CDT because I'm already 55, and well, let's do the toughest in the beginning, and maybe the other two later with my, I have 3 children, and maybe, if you ask me, do it tomorrow. No, let's finish first the CDT, and then I want to do maybe the PCT and the AT. So
cool.
Let's do first the CDT. I think in good shape to do the CDT, and later the much little easier PCT or AT.
So how has it been for you so far? I mean, I know you and I were talking, I think yesterday, and you were showing me some videos of like hikes you did in France with deep snow on big mountains. And I know we definitely had some snow, especially when you and I were hiking together in the San Juans. But I mean, I'm sure you strike me as having done a lot of research on this trail, and
yes, absolutely,
and plan all your stops and things like this. You know all the towns all the way up. Yeah. How is it compared so far? We're about halfway through now, strangely.
Yeah.
But how does it compare so far, what you've seen, with what you were expecting? I mean, and as far as the temperature, the people, the conditions.
Well, first of all, I'm very happy with the CDT. Everything is really beautiful. The mountains are beautiful. The people I met on trail are very helpful, very friendly. So actually, there are no bad things about the trail till so far. That's well. Of course, you know there will be moments of no water or too hot the temperatures, and that's you prepare you mentally for this, and what's difficult for me is my resupply everything. Hiking with your backpack on. And you have everything with you, and you go the first 30-20 miles or something. But when I'm in town, then it is for me, because I'm not an American, how the way of the post system works. If I want to buy new shoes, they don't accept my credit card or the address. I don't know where can I send it, because nobody knows, but about my telephone, for example, I have a plan of a telephone company that don't accept my credit card, all that kind of things. That's for me difficult, but the trail, the trail itself is for me very nice.
And so you'd say it's about what you expected so far, and as far as the difficulty or the conditions or whatever.
No, the conditions. Well, I have to say, the South once the Cambridge Press, that was not on my expectations. That was a little bit. This is a little bit different than I saw on my investigations.
So I know you were hurt through that section. How are you doing now? You had some foot issues, and then that led to some knee issues. That was a little while ago now. 700 miles.
After New Mexico, all the way I walked from New Mexico to the border of Colorado. I take care for my feet, no any kind of problems, and then I start in first day actually in Colorado, and then after many days we have a day off, and it's itching and it burns, and then I discover I had an infection, a fungus infection. Probably in the hotel or whatever, but then I have to go off trail. It was too dangerous. It was not possible to walk. You have to see the pictures. Nobody wants to see the pictures. You won't eat more in the evening, but that was horrible. Also.
That was rough. I know when you were showing me those pictures, and we were together in the San Juans. I think that was 100,000% the right decision. I mean, it stinks when you got to sit down and take a break.
I feel a little bit. I walked with you. I walked with Midnight. We walked together with Nurse, and I felt that I hold. that
like,
I stopped you.
Holding us back or something. I don't think that was the case. I think we were going as fast as we could. And, and you were hanging in like a champ. But I think stopping was probably the right decision. But now.
It's okay. A little bit my knee, but that's more the age of 55 than the injury.
So something I've been asking other people too. Speaking of age and injury and things like this, because there's a lot of people out here younger than me for sure. But do you? I know you take some sort of supplements and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
So what do you take? Do you know what you take? Or just generally vitamins?
Well, most of all vitamins, but also magnesium and calcium. If I say right.
Yeah.
That's because that's in my investigation for my age. They said, well, you get older. And that's more what you need when you get older. So that's what I and the vitamins most of all. I know that you. I mean, everyone has all sorts of different approaches out here. Like I remember my first sort of hiker chat was 700. You know 700? Yeah. I know.
And he had done well. I love 700. Don't get me wrong.
Nice guy.
Yeah, totally a good dude. But he had done like minimal research about the CDT.
Oh.
And I'm not sure if he. I don't know how much attention he paid to. I'm not gonna light up 700. Never mind. Let me not go down this path. But basically, I know that you also pay a lot of attention to nutrition just in general. Like your resupply in there is like
I take
it's not just Cheetos and ramen all the time.
I want to have the nuts, the trail mix, the cashew nuts, all the kind of I want a variety of food. That's what I need.
Okay. And let's see, we'll get into some gear. I know you don't want to talk about gear too much. We'll talk about gear just a little bit for the folks who love talking about gear, and then we'll get into some other stuff. So you have very different gear. Like your pack is an Osprey. What was it?
It's an Osprey 70 liters.
70 liter. Okay.
Yeah.
And you load it full.
That's my my guilty pleasure. I don't know if it is the good word or the. But I'm actually I know I carry too much with me. That's too much luxury. Sometimes I need it. Sometimes I love it that I have it with me. But first of all, my drone, for example, I had a drone with me. Very beautiful footage I made. But that's what I sent back to Holland. And well, my Osprey 70 liters. Well, if there is space in your backpack, you will fill it up. And I have a Hilleberg tent. That's it's a little bit heavier than the Z-Pack. Z-Packs, what you see here most on the trail. But it's such a good tent. It is. I can stand in strong wind, and it's hot inside. If I put my stove a little bit, I can sit down in only just a t-shirt when it is outside snowing. That's what I love.
That's a serious like mountaineering tent, isn't it?
It's almost a mountaineering tent. Yes, and my sleeping mat. Do I say right?
Yeah, sleeping pad. Maybe,
sleeping pad. I have just only foam. I have not an inflatable sleeping pad. I have the foam, or just roll it on, and it's on the outside of my backpack, so it looks much bigger in my backpack just only because of one sleeping pad.
Okay, and then I know you also don't do the cold soak thing like me. You have a stove and everything.
Absolutely. I like my breakfast, my hot breakfast in the morning, and a good cup of coffee. Then the energy. Let's go walk.
Okay.
I saw hikers with only the coffee in the sachets.
Like an instant coffee.
Instant coffee and drink it with a cold water. Ooh, I don't know.
I'm with you.
But then I prefer to carry my stove for a good cup.
Okay. Well, let's see. You have one item that I know was like.
You're gonna ask me. I know. Okay.
Well,
here it is.
If you want. So. Turn away if you're of the faint of heart. Martin, I think your favorite item, maybe one of your favorite. We were getting ready for this interview, and he's like, "Oh, I love this thing."
Yeah, maybe you can recognize the already.
I'm gonna move back a little bit.
No, fear. It's very clean. You can take it. Oh, hold on. Okay. You open it, and what you see is here latex rubber. Latex rubber bag. This is the opening. And this is for in the night
I think people can, maybe they can figure it out. Yeah.
And you have to pee, and it's outside, it's cold, or it is raining, or it is snowing, whatever it is. Your sleeping bag is so very delicious hot, and you don't want to get out. Or just open your zipper, the other zipper, and oh no, I go use this. I use this. I open this. I do my pee. I close it, and in the next morning I will empty it somewhere.
So Midnight had her spoon as her favorite gear item.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has like just a simple spoon.
Just only for the eat, or does she use it for other things?
I guess just for it. She loves it. Midnight, you know, I love Midnight, but that's a. And then Martin has his pee bottle bag thing. So.
Yuri bag.
Yuri bag.
Yuri bag. You can find it on the internet.
What's the top? Here, show us the top.
A Yuri bag.
URI bag. Yeah, Yuri bag. Okay, cool.
Yuri
all right, fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving on from that, anyways. Let's see. I know. So there's. I don't even know what question I want to ask. So let's see. Do you have any sort of? I know, like, I have a lot of different. I have my own weird sort of philosophies on stuff and things like this, and ways of thinking about things. And I'm wondering, do you have any sort of like mantras? You know, a mantra.
Yeah, I know what a mantra is.
Mantra or philosophy or anything that sort of drives you on trail, like any I don't know, ideas or motivation or anything.
No, it's not with a certain kind of a purpose of a certain kind of a mantra what I have to hike. It's just what I do. It's what I like. I did it also long. What I learn during this hike, I discover, I learn myself much more, because you walk so long times alone, and then you have time to think about when you're on job and everybody talks to you, and you have no time to. You're always busy with other people, but now you have time to discover yourself. And sorry if I talk about it, but somebody in my family passed away nearby. And it was a very turning point in my during my trail. It was very tough, and that was a moment that I started thinking about how I stayed together with, for example, because I felt very loneliness. And now I understand more when people talk about, especially my mother, for example, when she talked about loneliness, how she felt, and what the situation is, and that's what I discovered doing this trail. So I don't have a purpose or a mantra, but this is more. I walked and then I see what I learned, or what the experience are during the trail. So that's more what I felt, or what I do.
That's good. I mean, that's cool. I think it's nice. I mean, it's sad. I'm terribly sorry for your loss, and that's hard. I know that's been hard for you. I know we've been communicating some about that, but
thank you.
But I know. I mean, I feel like I lost a friend last year on the Appalachian Trail. I haven't spoken to you about that. A friend decided he had enough, and that was the end of it for him. And I lost him on the Appalachian Trail, and it's funny. It's not funny. It's sad. It's sad as all heck. But I think sometimes the trail is good for that. I think there's
absolutely.
I mean, I know you have a young daughter, and you have your 2 boys, and you really want to be home with your family, miss your family. But sometimes I think the trail is good for some lessons that you can't learn at home. You know,
you have the time to learn your lessons. During your normal regular life with your family or your job,
work,
you will be overloaded with so many external. Now you have only yourself to think about it and what to do about it.
And sometimes that's hard, though.
And that sometimes it's very hard, because you have to solve the problems on your own, and that's also difficult. Well, that's fine that I met you, I met Midnight, Tiffany, all the others. Thank you for the question.
Of course. No, thank you for doing this. So I know you aside from just hiking because you love it.
Yeah.
And aside. All right, so we just had a whole little bit of a conversation here without the GoPro rolling, so that's totally my fault, user error. But anyways, I was asking about, so I know aside from just kind of hiking, because we're crazy people and you like mountains and stuff like that, you're actually hiking for a charity as well back home. Do you want to? I know you were saying you raised a decent amount of money on that already.
Yeah, well, I do hiking for a charity also, because I started this hike, and I can hike for myself, but let's make a combination with a charity, and so I decided to hike for service dogs. And the reason for this is because I work for the military, I work for the police, and colleagues of the military they have been fighting abroad, and police officers, colleagues also have well, seen bad things on the street or whatever, and they suffer PTSD. And so I decided, oh, maybe it's a good idea. I go also work I go hike also for charity, because I know colleagues with PTSD without a dog, they give a value of their life of 4 on a scale of 10, and with a dog it's a 7 or an 8.
Wow.
That makes a big difference for these colleagues, because they have to go outside for they have to go outside for the dog, have to go to the shop, etc. So I decided to do this, and well, since I started with hiking this trail, there is already 7,000, and my purpose is 10,000, and it would be very nice if when I arrive in Canada and there is 10,000 euro. That's almost the same like $1 for this action. And it's not only for PTSD, it is an organization that trains dogs also for children with autism, also for investigation for cancer in your stomach. The dogs, they can smell it. It's unbelievable. And well, that's the charity I doing it for, and that's I carry all the way on trail this little tag. I have it here with me, and there's written on it 5,000 kilometers. That's the same 3,000 miles for buddy hond, that means for service dogs. And well, on the back side there is a QR code, and if you scan it, you can make directly a donation, because all the money goes directly to the organization. I don't receive $1, not my gear, no nothing, not the journey or the tickets for the airplane. I pay it all by myself, and this is for the dogs.
That's awesome. Man. Yeah.
So I hope when I arrive there is 10,000. We can make somebody happy with a dog.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's so cool. I really think. And I mean, $7,000 or euros that's a ton of money already. Like, hopefully some people watching will donate as well. We'll put all the information and everything below. That's such a cool cause, and I know. I mean, that's just cool. I'm out here hiking just for fun. I don't know, because I like hiking.
Wow.
But I think that's really great that you're actually doing it.
Well, I have to say the Americans very enthusiastic. When I spoke about this on the trail, I met people and and they want to give you a ride to somewhere, or they give you everything. Everybody wants to help you, not because only this, but it helps to.
Absolutely.
Nice. Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah.
So let's see. So that's definitely the charity, and definitely check out the links and stuff. Seriously, it's a great cause. So let's see. Moving out of here, out of Rollins. I think you and I are going to hike together another few days up to Lander.
A hot stretch.
Yeah, we're going to be doing. So we did the San Juans together. We just have this terrible knack of like doing the worst parts of the trail together, I guess. I mean, the San Juans were beautiful, but challenging. Challenging. Hopefully this won't be that challenging, but it'll be in the 90s and dry. So anyways, well, we'll hike together to Lander, and then I know you were explaining to me yesterday that you're taking a different route. Do you want to talk?
Let I explain it. I walk now here. What is it? Almost 1,500 miles here in America, and it is beautiful. Of course, the lakes, the mountains, the ridges on the mountains. It's everything. It's beautiful, but everything for me is also start now a little bit the same. And it's every time the same mountain, the same trail, the same lake, and I'm here in America, and I want to see also American, not only American people, but also a little city. The difference between Colorado, where we have been, and now here in Wyoming. What a difference! And that's nice to see. And it just like we spoke about the Peter Pan in Amsterdam, in Holland. And it's the same when I invited you to come on, let's go to Holland, and we start all the way up and we go all the way down, but actually you don't have seen Dutch people or Dutch culture or whatever. And that's a little bit my feeling. I want to see more about America. I remember the moments of this trail. Most of them were moments that I met people with a story or whatever. where I slept 3 weeks ago in a forest or 2 weeks ago. Sorry, I don't remember it. I have to really look on the map. This was this. And yeah, it's the same like it is in Europe. The same trees, the same mountains or whatever. So I decided to do an alternate, just like a little bit more road walk. I will also walk the CDT, also in Yellowstone and after Butte to the Canadian border. I will also walk, but I decided to do a little bit road walk to see off trail to see more American culture. That's,
I think that's cool though. I mean, honestly, and like for me again, like I feel personally like I've lived in the East, I've been out West, I've been through the South. Like I went to school in Kansas, that's the middle of America. I chose it because it was the middle. It was the only place I hadn't been. And so personally I feel like I kind of have my head around a lot of American culture and difference and stuff like that. But I totally understand the appeal. I think, and that's one of the cool things about the CDT too, is like that the trail by design gives you that space where you can still, you can definitely still call yourself a thru hiker.
Yeah.
Because I think the only requirement is you walk.
Yeah, I want to walk the whole way from Mexico to the Canadian border without 1 mile or 1 kilometer because skipping or hitchhiking or whatever. That's my purpose. I want to walk. And let's see, and let's excited. Let's have the experience overwhelmingly with nature, but also American culture.
I think that's cool, though. I think that's cool. And for those of you who might be wondering, Martin is also very much on board with like more of a purist mentality. I think where like you don't hitchhike from the hotel to the trailhead. You can hitchhike from the trailhead to town back to the trailhead. But you better start at the exact same location, and then keep going that way. So,
for example, Steamboat Springs.
Steamboat Springs, right?
I did just for those who are interested. But I walked I didn't took a hitchhike, but I walked. I continued the trail, the CDT, and I took the Fish Creek Trail. Beautiful. I really
east of Steamboat Springs.
It's the east of Steamboat Springs. I really don't understand why is this not CDT, because you met waterfalls so beautiful. It's the most beautiful part of the CDT. It's not CDT, but the most beautiful part. So that's what I do. I don't want to hitchhike or whatever. I want to walk.
So you were talking about Fish Creek. I know you also have a YouTube channel. Maybe you did some videos of Fish Creek.
Yes. It's not published yet, but
that's fine. I mean, this won't go up for 2 weeks.
We'll see.
So what's your channel again? Is it?
Well, it's my name, but I think you will write it. If you go to YouTube and you search for my name, Martin Combrink, CDT, and then you will see my little channel.
So no more drones, but I know you.
No more drones. I had a drone, but I decided to send it back. It's too much kilos. And on the end of the day, you have to edit it, and sometimes too much wind or too rain or whatever. So.
All right. So a couple questions just to wrap up. First off, so this is kind of a two-part question. Any favorite parts so far? And anything that you're really looking forward to moving forward?
My most beautiful part till now was after when I started at Herman Gulch, the Interstate 70.
Herman Gulch,
Excuse me. Nearby Dillon. Then you went up to the mountains, and I had a luck. There was very beautiful weather. But there was such a beautiful view because you could see whole Colorado with the mountains and the snow and the summit, etc. And when you look a little bit more in that direction, you could see already Wyoming. You don't see more the mountains. It was more flat.
Plains.
Plains, and that was very beautiful.
Okay,
it was one of the most beautiful.
And you texted me about that, and I was talking to Midnight about it. I was like, "Hey man, Martin just texted me like, this is like his most beautiful day on trail." And then when we got there 2 or 3 days later, I was like, Martin was right. This is a very pretty section. Thank you. That was very nice. Anything moving forward? Are you?
Well, I saw beautiful pictures about the Chinese wall.
The China wall.
And there was also, if I'm right, the the trail up, and then there's a little tunnel through the mountain.
Ooh,
and
I don't know.
yeah, I have to discover. I saw it, but whatever. The Chinese wall. Whoa, this is what. And also a little bit more American culture or whatever. That's what I hope to see. Also.
I think some of the towns you're going to are going to be cool for you. I think that's going to be neat. I mean, I haven't been to them.
Yeah.
But just to look at them on a map and kind of.
Well, let's see.
It looks like it's going to be fun for you. So.
Yeah.
All right.
Good question.
Yeah, of course.
I have to think about it. Yeah, what I will.
And let's see. So maybe the final question. I don't know. I'm never really sure whether people who watch these videos are thinking about doing a through hike next year, or 2 years, or 3 years, or maybe they used to hike a lot, or maybe they're trying to get into backpacking or whatever. Yeah. So this is your first long hike in America. Yeah. But in the U.S., I should say. Yeah. But certainly not your first long hike at all.
Well, not. I did other long hikes, but not 3,000 miles. That was 1,000 miles or something.
But you've done a couple hundred kilos. Kilometers. And
yes, absolutely.
Any particular thoughts for people who are maybe thinking about getting into backpacking or thinking about long distance hiking, or any sort of
here in America?
Anywhere really, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's
either way, both.
Expect the unexpectable. That maybe people will hear this more often, I think. But that's true. You can prepare everything what you like, but change everything every time.
Yeah.
But most of all, it depends about your age. Sorry, I'm a little bit older. You have to train for it. That's what I discovered. That's if I did not train, and I think, well, let's do next year the CDT and stretch like this, 3,000 miles. I think you did only little hikes. I think it's not enough, because there are mountains, there is water crossings. You have to the Gila River, for example. 150 crossings with wet feet, with a backpack. Well, that kind of things. The mountains in snow. I think you have to train for this. This is really. I'm happy I did it. Also because the COVID. I was supposed to do the CDT last year, but
I didn't realize it.
That was not possible. So I have 1 year extra to train, and I'm lucky because I have a background of military, etc. So, but if you want to start this with a little bit training, that's not enough, I think. But that's my opinion. Maybe on my age. That's
so you would say maybe go out for a week with a backpack.
At least.
Do this a couple times.
Because then you really feel how does it feel, this backpack, because now it started.
You don't know. One day is fine.
You can do it. You stretch what you like. You can change your buckles, whatever you want. But the pain will come.
Okay. Cool.
Well.
All right. Anything else? Any parting thoughts? Anything?
No. It was nice to talk with you.
I think that was great. I mean, we've been talking for weeks now, but it's nice. Nice to get it on video. Thank you so much again for sitting down.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Beat. Good luck.
You.
Take care. And,
Prost.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.